Spiky Bits. Make sure you stay in the trenches. Help keep our channel ad-free by becoming a supporter over on Patreon and also scoring yourself some free miniature swag in the process. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Check out our site, spikybits.com, for all the hot hobby tutorials, news, rumors on all your favorite hobby topics. And head on over to thelongwar.net. That's the home of the battle reports for exclusive content, early access videos, and more. Become a veteran of the Long War today. Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. Rob Bear here today with a look at White Dwarf 118. And yep, that's right. Orcs and Space Marines coming in hot this week. Man, it has been such an exciting time for the hobby. We got all this stuff going on with Age of Sigmar. Now we got new 40k. We had new 40k Angels of Death. Like, it just keeps coming. This stuff is great. Now, as you know, I'm just going to get on my soapbox and I'm just going to start throwing out wild predictions for the future, because it seems like I keep nailing the shit out of them. So why not? I just keep doing it, right? if it comes true, it's great. If not, then hey, I was wrong. But I really don't see Games Workshop putting out actual codex and rulebook content. Now, if you heard those rumors about something about a new 8th edition rule set coming out in September, well, there's a reason those are only on one place on the internet. And we didn't talk about them on Spiky Bits. They didn't get talked about on some of the other bigger sites like Bell Lost Souls, because, as far as we can tell, they're complete bullshit. Now, that being said, Games Workshop, I said this in the fall of 2014. Games Workshop looks to be putting out supplements. They just keep putting out supplements, We keep buying them. We keep paying for the same material over and over. And it's only crazy if it doesn't work, if it doesn't sell. And it keeps selling, so they're going to keep doing it. There is literally no reason for them to keep putting out codexes, writing shit from scratch, when they can literally keep giving us stuff, piecemealing stuff out, and then reprint the codex with all the stuff they gave us, and then charge us again for it. Like, I really see that happening. I don't see actual codex content coming out for a very long time. I might be wrong, but I feel like I'm right. I feel like I got my finger on the pulse of what's going on over there in Nottingham. Seriously, just hire me, guys. I'll make it work, I swear. So here is the new Death from the Skies book. Now remember, Death from the Skies came out a few years ago. It came out on Valentine's Day weekend. It was like a big thing. You know, people were like, yo, you gotta get it. Flyers, everybody was losing their shit over flyers because they were so good. You know, people were taking 5 Necron scythes and lists, and people weren't able to deal with it. It was a different time for the game back then. And now we're kind of seeing flyers kind of fell by the wayside. Like, they're okay, but they're not like game breakers. So now Games Workshop's coming out with this thing, this new supplement that apparently is going back, taking a lot of that content, giving it to us again, but also adding stuff like there's new phases, new stats for vehicles. Also taking things away, like Skyfire apparently isn't going to be on certain vehicles. So this is going to definitely be worth taking a look at. But more and more it seems like Games Workshop's trying to make this game into a 4-hour thing that you play in an afternoon. Kind of like 2nd Edition used to be. 2nd Edition was a game that you would just play in it for an afternoon. It wasn't something that you could really do competitively in the tournament scene, but folks definitely tried and did. In the late 90s, there was the beginnings of the Games Workshop tournament circuit. So, you know, it's a lot of exciting things going on right now, but at the end of the day, how much more complicated can the game become? But if it gives us a reason to buy the models they're putting out because they have a function in some sort of game type, even if it's a dogfight type that's standalone, you know, I think it's cool. I think it's good for the hobby. I think it's good for, you know, all the non-competitive players out there, the very casual players that really just like, hey, I just want a dogfight today. I want to play X-Wing, but I want to do it basically 40k version. So there it is. And I think this is great for Games Workshop. And I have one other suggestion that I'm going to try to... There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, guys. There really is, but I just can't... I got to do it in video form. Because it just kind of comes out. It's not something I can put down on a pen and paper, or, you know, even type it up on the keyboard. I want to do a weekly video rant. I really do. I just can't get to it. I literally can't get to it. I make too many videos as it is for all this stuff. So hopefully in the near future we can get some more support over on Patreon to where I can start getting some of these tasks that I don't necessarily need to be doing. I'm technically the talent. Hey, I'm the talent, guys. But seriously, I am the talent. And I want to talk more. I want to do sit and talks. I want to do 30-minute sit and talks. I got 25 years worth of experience in this hobby, this industry, retail sales in general. You know, like I got so much I feel like I could share, give Games Workshop ideas, give folks ideas, give independent store owners ideas, like so much stuff I want to talk about. I just can't. I can't get to it. So I really need you guys' help over on Patreon. If you like what we do here, want to help support us, you know, you get tons of miniatures back, stuff every month. Please check it out. We're trying to get to a certain level. If we can get up to the $750 level per video, I can start getting extra folks in here to help me with the tasks I need to do that I really shouldn't be doing. I should be doing more of this stuff for everybody out there. You know, it's kind of like, you know, you do one thing for one person, only one person benefits. But when you can do one thing for thousands of people benefit. And that's the point where, you know, I kind of want to be at. I got tons of ideas and I see Games Workshop making all these right moves. And I just want to talk about it. I got so much to say. And I think it could really help out. But anyways, I think we've done about 30 videos this month, which is 10 more than what we normally do. It's been a busy month. Anyways, to the actual content that I've just wasted about 5 minutes talking about, stuff that doesn't matter. Air quotes. Alright, so here's the Stormhawk Interceptor. This is basically an upgrade kit for the Storm Talon, of course, that's coming out. It's going to have rules in the, you know, Death from the Skies book. We don't exactly know what's going on with it, or, you know, just basically what we can read through on the internet, or on the White Dwarf issue here, but it looks great. And then the Wazbomb Blaster Jet, also an upgrade sprue for the Daka Jet itself. But again, you know, Games Workshop saves money. It's basically them doing the same thing with these kits that they do with the supplements and things that they're selling to us over and over again. Now they're adding a sprue to a kit and charging more for it and selling us existing product. Win-win. It's only crazy if it doesn't sell. So this is definitely a test bed. I guarantee you they're taking a look at this stuff and seeing if it sells, seeing if it, you know, if it works. And honestly, it's not that far off the mark. They did it with the Rhino, or excuse me, they did it with the Razorback, the Whirlwind. They took the existing Rhino kit, put an extra sprue in it, and sold it to us. Gave us rules for it. They've been doing it for 20 years, you know, 15, 20 years. So it's not exactly off the mark or obtrusive in my, you know, my opinion. I mean, new product is better. But eventually, we're going to have so much stuff out there and so many phases in the game that the game is just going to go through another growth phase, kind of like where Privateer Press is going through a growth phase right now to get to where 40K is. 40K is poised, you know, in a year or two to step it up to the next growth phase level, you know, and become a bigger game, something that isn't going to be able to fit 3 games in on a day for a tournament, you know, unless you start watering it down and make a competitive version of it. So I think that's going to be the next big roadblock or stumbling block for you know, the competitive scene there. But that's just me talking on my ass again. I love to do it. I see things sometimes, you know, a lot farther out than most other people, and that's where I'm at. That's what I'm seeing here. But you know, it's obviously super easy doable. You just take out different phases, like, hey, we're going to take out the dogfight phase, and hey, no mysterious terrain, and hey, no this, hey, no that. Basically what we're doing now with the ITC, and you know, every tournament's a little bit different. So here's the, you know, the info on the book. $58 book, blah blah blah. It's got some missions, you know, all sorts of different stuff in here. A lot of they say there's 23 different new rule sets in here. We counted them up on the blog this morning. It looks like there's 22 flyers that I could count, so I'm not sure, and that's with some of them being 2 different ones. You know, the same kit makes 2, so I don't know if that's going to be a thing, or they're including flying monsters creatures. They don't really say, but you know, we'll know here soon enough, right? And then it talks about dogfighting, you know, the dogfight phase, all sorts of different things. All of this has been seen on the internet already. The paint splatter is actually really good. Shows you how to do some of that weathered metal, some stuff we hadn't seen in the past. Then it gets into a showcase about some salamanders, some very good looking stuff there. This Guilliman book looks pretty dope right here. Now, I saw it in here and I was like, yo, $65. Come on, yellow iron crack. But $65 for something like that, you know, you get one on every Primark. I could see a lot of folks spending that kind of cheddar on something that cool, in my opinion. So then we get to the teaser, and this is where it kind of goes south on us. Now, we've got the teaser in here for the paint splatter, where it basically says they're going to talk about the orc plane next week, which makes sense. So they'll probably have a dogfight kind of special report. But then you see this teaser here, and it basically alludes to some sort of like undeath or zombie kind of thing. And we've seen them tease the battle report before. They did it with Tyranids a couple of months ago, and I forget what else they've done it with, but they do it from time to time. So I'm wondering if there's going to be a battle report in the White Dwarf that basically talks about the new point scenario. You know what I mean? Like, I could definitely see that, where they start talking about the points and things for the Age of Sigmar. and basically how it's going to be played, and then we'll drop the Age of Sigmar book here before the end of fiscal, which is May 30th. So I expect some more 40K releases. They say summer for the new 40K or for the new Age of Sigmar book that has points in it. Whether it's actually air quotes summer, hard to say. It could be this May. It could be actual June. It's really hard to say at this point. But with them pushing all that Oruk stuff out, I could really see them making a big push for stuff that sells, air quotes 40K, to get that stuff out the door and get their sales number, get a big peak in their sales numbers here in the next 5 weeks leading up to end of fiscal, because I think they realize they made some mistakes and they need to cover a lot of ground really fast here soon. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching my first look review of White Dwarf 118.
Deleted scenes, bonus content, and all the interviews and post-game wrap-up videos can be located in the Hall of Veterans on thelongwar.net. Visit thelongwar.net today and try a week completely free with no strings attached. That's not all. Thelongwar.net is also your hobby resource for exclusive early access with an ad-free experience to all your favorite videos. Members of the Hall of Veterans gain early exclusive access to multiple hobby videos.